All right, and we're back. Ghoulrun, you were heading to the church.
That I was.
There you are embraced by the head of the church, a man whose name I fucking forgot to roll up. Hold on 1 second. I know. I'm the worst GM. I'm definitely worse than Koibu and his... I haven't got a name, so I'm going to look around my room for a name. Oh wait, that is way too wide a series of name. This is... Morin. Morin I cannot say this, so I'm going to choose a different last name for him. Morin McNeil is the head of the clergy here.
Would he begin? Is he like a priest? Like, is his proper title like father?
He is actually no, they don't use the Catholic style of naming conventions. Here, it is for at least members of the clergy. It is acceptable to greet people with their name, just their name, no extra stuff in between.
Okay.
Ghoulrun, it is good to see you back.
It's good to see you.
You would know that a few things that you know about Morin. First of all, Morin is about 4.5 foot tall. He looks a little bit dwarvish. He's got like a good length beard, but it doesn't seem to come in the way a normal dwarven beard does. His hair doesn't really hang quite the same way that dwarven hair would hang. His face is a little more elongated. His shoulders just don't quite reach like the same width as you would expect for a dwarf, and he's obviously a bit taller than your standard dwarf. You would know personally, he's mentioned this a few times to you, that his father is a human, and his mother was a dwarf, so he is half.
Is that like a rare thing? Half dwarvish?
Not in this world.
Okay.
Especially not within this country. There is a lot of there's a lot of race mixing that has happened in this country. It is a lot less common when you get outside of this country, but not so significant you'll never run into it.
Okay. Yes. I'm here for my time off to volunteer some services.
Hope for a good reason. Were you successful?
Wait, hold on. Are they
he's aware you're doing work for the ministry, and he's aware that you've been doing casework you've been doing external case, you've been handling cases that are actually like investigatory cases and not just doing paperwork.
Does Ghoulrun know if it's okay to reveal success or failure of missions to the general public?
It is acceptable to acknowledge success or failure. You just can't go into details.
Okay. Yes. Just finished a big case that we were working on.
Excellent. That is very, very good to hear. That will do well for us here as well. People like to meet people who are problem solvers. Many people come here not only looking for answers to their religious questions, but also just answers to questions in general. And to have someone like you here helping us out, that would be of great benefit to everyone.
Yes, is there any tasks that need done now that I'm here?
Well, since you bring it up, and since you're interested in some of this investigatory stuff, perhaps there is something I might have for you. Have you heard anything about Fey madness?
Wait, do I know that that's what we were basically calling the thing we discovered already?
No.
Or have I not heard that associated?
I don't remember if you had heard it or not. If you had heard about it or not.
Okay. Oh, then I'll act like I haven't. No, but we have as part of our mission, we have run into some creatures that may have been of the Fey persuasion, and they were acting quite mad. So maybe this is something that you should share with me.
You think there's some level of truth to it?
Well, I've never heard of it until you mentioned it. Maybe you can elaborate on what this is.
So, you're aware of traditional madness, right? Many people have been afflicted with a condition that we can't solve using any of our spells. We've tried going as high as even trying to heal away these spells, and they remain within the person. Almost as if it's, like, not something that is afflicting them, but an intrinsic part of them. We've had some people reporting that they've never had these conditions before, not in their youth, not in their adolescence, but then as they've aged, they've started having these problems. And some word, I don't know where this came from, but some word of Fey madness has started being disseminated, and it's causing quite a commotion now. We cannot get people to stop spreading this. We need to get to the bottom of where this is coming from, and we need to stop its dissemination. People can't be roaming about here concerned that they're going to get something that doesn't even exist. There aren't enough Fey around anywhere near here to cause anyone to experience something that would be Fey-related, and they all speak of it being like a... You know how years ago there was the big scare that ghosts were roaming the town, and many knights were wasted trying to track, they outfitted all these knights with a lot of gear, and they sent them to the places where these ghosts were, and no one had seen a single ghost. And later on it turned out it was just a group of people using illusions to confuse and cause problems. I have a feeling we've got ourselves some sort of enchantress running about here, making people believe they're losing their minds and going mad.
You've had an influx of people coming to the church for solutions to this, I assume? Then?
Yes, all concerned that their little personal issues are instances of Fey madness. Someone happens to look once and see their pet one way, and look again and see it slightly different because the light has changed. And now they're coming in here looking for us to solve their Fey madness.
Interesting.
Other people are starting to make little tricks about it. It's not a lot so far, but it's enough that it's become rather frustrating. People first seek the aid of the church when these kinds of things start to happen.
Do you think this is a big enough problem that I should raise it with the ministry?
Perhaps, if you think they might be of some help. I was hoping that you could keep your ears open for any talk of it, if they might run into anyone making these claims. And if you can, try to figure out where this started from. Perhaps you and the people you're traveling with might be of some aid in that.
On my character sheet, I do have a journal now. From like a few sessions ago.
Yep.
So Guron takes that out, and he just takes notes on this. AKA, I'm taking notes on it.
Excellent.
Okay.
You made me very proud, sir.
Okay. When I'm looking around so you said this is a Theurgy, is an actual like church, like I'm used to knowing from like Catholicism, or what is this?
Yeah. So this is a seemingly kind of more traditional style church. It resides here in the Divine Gardens. So there are a number of different religious buildings here. The two biggest ones are a temple to Anhur, which is this temple to the left, and the temple to the right. Hold on a sec. I am forgetting my own information here. There we go. And the other temple to the right is a temple to Athir. Yes, and your...
Is that an evil god?
No, Athir is a neutral good god. She is the goddess of the harvest and of like merriment and joy and fun and laughter. A lot of halflings will follow Athir because she kind of embodies all the things that halfling culture is well known for. Your temple is to the right up here, and your temple is kind of shared. Your entrances are shared in one building. You share a temple with Suinal. So these are two of the gods, the god and goddess of knowledge, both of which are non-evil aligned. A lot of these smaller temples you'll see are to Thoth and Delanrian, and there's all the religions represented here, but their temples kind of diminish as their impact on the town is less substantial.
Okay. And this has been a night of like I'm allowed to use my level 2 spells at this point?
Yes. You could have rested. Like, it's assumed like you could have gone home, spent a little bit of time praying, and then headed over to the church.
Okay. I will thank McNeil for his time, and I'll say well, first of all, I'll say if he has any like actual tasks for me to do. If not,
he'll let you know that right now it's aside from dealing with a lot of this Fey Madness thing, there haven't been a lot of people coming and requesting a whole lot. So if you have other things you want to attend to, that's fine. Otherwise, you can help out around here, healing a little bit of the people that come in, or dealing with some of the other faith issues of people walking in. But you're not like, there's no obligation. There's nothing pressing.
Okay. I will ask him if he has like a private room for me to make a prayer in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So I will do that, and I'll do a prayer to Shashat, just thanking her for my newfound knowledge domain that Ulron realized he could access. And while he's in here, he will cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
It lasts a minute per level, so 3 minutes. So after I cast it, I want to walk out and look into the pews or people around and see if I can detect any thoughts of people scared of fey creatures, so I could maybe go up to them and try to ease their panic states or whatever.
Okay, so as a good aligned person, how do you justify like reaching into the minds of others without their permission?
Well, in this specific circumstance, I think I'm doing it in the name of Shashat. They're here to if they're here worried, offering their thoughts to the gods, I'm kind of a representative of the gods, and I'm literally trying to seek their thoughts to answer their prayers.
Okay. And you do recognize that this will cause, for anyone who succeeds a check, you to ping as focusing your spell ability on them, correct?
So if they pass their save, they know I was trying to probe their mind.
They would have felt that something is invading their mind.
Okay, then I guess I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Then. I kind of just wanted to get the. I guess I'll just do this perceptively wise. Do I just look out and see people trembling or panicking or?
No one is no one's necessarily panicking, but give me a sense motive as you kind of look over the people. Okay. You will notice that there are genuinely people that seem more skittish than usual. Normally there's people come in here with problems and they get a little bit worried or overwhelmed, but usually if they start getting to a certain level of concern, there's some real visible problem, right? Somebody either fell on something or somebody, did something wrong or got attacked by something that they shouldn't have. Maybe somebody wandered into the wilderness and got, near run over by something. But in this particular case, you're noticing that none of these people seem to have any outward afflictions, but a lot of these people seem to be really concerned about something.
I want to find the worst looking person.
Okay. You can easily walk up to them or walk near them.
Yeah, so if they're just bowing their head in prayer or something, I'll just clear my throat next and go,
Thank you. What?
No need to thank me yet, but I could sense you're distraught. Tell me, what ails you?
Have you heard? Have you heard about what the Fae are doing to us?
I've heard the rumors, but I have not heard of such creatures
They're
existing.
secret fae that are roaming around, and they're trying to implant thoughts in people.
Do you fear you've had your thoughts implanted into you?
I don't know. How can anyone really know, right?
Well, I am a. Wait, am I allowed to say I'm a cleric, although I have cleric spells?
No, you would call yourself a priest.
Okay. Well, I am a priest of Shashat, and I value. I've been given by her grace the ability to see into people's thoughts. Do you want me to check your mind for set you at ease?
Won't you contract it if you do? Isn't that like...
Shashat will protect me.
Okay. If you insist, that'll help.
I mean, I don't insist. I'm asking if you would like your mind put at ease
if you think it will help.
Give it a checkup.
Certainly.
Before I do this, I will let him know that I'm going to give him some warding from evil, and I'll cast protection from evil on this person.
Okay. Oh, that feels really nice.
And then I will say to him, let me just check your mind and put you at ease, and I'll cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay. You detect no thoughts.
No thoughts?
Yes.
Oh, they passed their will save?
Yes.
Are you resisting me, my child?
I don't think so.
Well,
he nat 20'd on it.
I thought you wanted me to check your mind, but
I did. I don't.
You must not resist me.
That's not how the rules work.
What?
When
Can
something
you
attempts to
fail a will save?
No, you cannot, like, by default, unless it's harmless, voluntarily fail a will save.
Okay, does Guron do I know what will save? Like, do I know that he, like, do I just think, like, oh, maybe it's fine? Or do I think, like, they resisted my spell? Like, what would Guron know?
You would know, like, his mind, like, is in a, like, panic state. So
okay.
It felt you and like, intruding upon it. And the panic allowed his brain to kind of, like, push off the spell, even if it's not necessarily what he wanted to have happen.
Your mind is too... I think you're fine, but I'll give you Shashat's blessing as well. And you may be at ease. There are no fey creatures harming you. You're protected.
When you cast the bless, a number of people, like, kind of look around and go, oh, I feel better.
That was inadvertent. I forgot this was a radius. That's fine. Everyone can get Shashat's blessing in here.
I didn't mean to help all of them.
And give me a charisma check as you're doing it.
Uh-oh. Just a flat charisma?
Or a diplomacy check if you have any ranks in diplomacy.
I do not.
Okay. Oh, very good roll. So yeah, you will kind of, like, put a lot of people at ease with the combination of that bless and that charisma check. A lot of the people were feeling rather uncomfortable, feeling very afraid, and the bless kind of helps to take away a lot of the bite of that fear. And they kind of look to you, and you have a bit of, like, a radiant glow to you as you do, and you can sort of hear some of the people thinking that, I feel so much better. Could he have cured us? Does he know the way?
In general, is it bad form to be, like, using clerical spells in the church? Like, is this good if I'm doing it to people, or?
No, I mean, like, sometimes if you feel like you're dealing with a particularly difficult situation, it can be a good idea to use these to kind of bolster or, like, help people generally feel better overall.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to, like, go through this RP, but essentially I will waste all my spell points blessing or giving people protection from evil, just to, like, ease their minds, but I'll be constantly reinforcing the idea that there is nothing to worry about as I'm doing it, and that this is just to put you at ease, and the gods are with us, and as long as you're keeping up on your prayers to Shashat, you will remain in her good graces and stuff like this.
That'll work out really well because a lot of the other clerics will kind of join in and help in the process of doing the same behavior. And this will kind of stem a pretty substantial flow of people that are coming in. It's at least like 2 or 3 people every hour that come in and talk about how they're concerned about this Fey madness and they're hearing a lot about it.
Oh, wow.
And give me a perception as this is all happening.
Well, this sounds like a bigger issue than if there's lots of people coming in about this.
So you'll like overhear that apparently one of these kids that was brought back was talking to some other kids and then was talking to some other kids. And they were talking about the Fays, and they were talking about how they felt crazy, and they were talking about the things that they saw. Then they talked about what they saw, what they heard you guys saying, and what they heard you guys seeing. And you realize like that these kids have kind of spread stories from 2 different places, and so now people are finally getting like multi-stage justification, people with slightly different stories from each other that all seem similar enough. And so anybody who's kind of a bit religious is kind of leaning towards this the idea that this could be a thing, and that there might be a bigger problem. It still like right now sounds a lot like conspiracy theory, but often a lot of people here are very prone to believing a lot of very wild things, because in a world where magic is real, in a world where like lots of weird stuff has happened over time, something like this it seems unbelievable in some ways, but not entirely unbelievable.
You said we have a few days of downtime, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can go to Ryan, but if you can come back to me after him, because on my second or whatever another day here, I want to come back and give like I want to spread the word that I'm going to come back and give like a sermon on like this.
Excellent.
Problem.
All right, so let us cut then to Brianna and to Antaeus. So Brianna, you had a wonderful afternoon. Actually, I forgot, you're going to have dinner first with Elizabeth. So actually, it will be
on a night. So
I thought you said every night for the next couple of nights. You said for the next couple of nights,
1 or 2 nights or something. Not every night though. I don't think.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
I heard for the next couple of nights.
One of the nights.
That's I remember hearing
I
that
said
too,
in
but...
the next couple of nights.
Okay.
Nope, you're wrong.
Maybe the "in" got cut out. That's fine.
I'm not that rich. I can't treat her to dinner every night.
I mean, they should charge me halfling meal prices.
You get to order off the kids' menu.
They do, in fact, have smaller portions, but they often still charge the same price.
Of course. All right, so I don't.
So if Elizabeth is not doing the dinner, then you would probably head over there around the time you know that he's going to be there. And the same thing with Antaeus. So the 2 of you will probably meet up at about the same point. I think that in this particular case, Antaeus is probably a little less preoccupied before heading over there. So he will probably arrive first.
Yeah, essentially the plan is to kind of do some more mundane things so that if somebody is like tracking me from the ministry, I can, like, if I'm doing that stuff for a few hours, then maybe they'll kind of lose interest.
No problem. But you can make your way to the home of Nico.
I will knock on the door unless he has some sort of doorbell.
Nope. Who is it?
Oh, Nico? It's Antaeus.
After a moment, the door opens. Oh, come on in. Come in.
Oh, thank you. I'll come let myself in. Make sure the door is closed behind us.
Good to see you again. Just you here?
Yes, I came by myself. I just kind of wanted to see how you and your daughter were doing and let you know what I can let you know of what's going on with the investigation and everything.
Yes, I've heard there's been resolution, but they said no money was recovered.
Yes, they were not able to recover the money.
That's very disappointing.
Are the bedrooms closed?
Yes.
Okay, and there's no windows in this room?
There are windows, but they are basically covered up.
Okay, because I was just going to kind of look around and see if...
Yeah, give me a perception.
Is his daughter here as well?
Yeah, his daughter is probably here because the door is closed.
I was going to say, with that perception, I probably wouldn't be able to see her.
Everything seems fine.
Okay. Does she look... She looks like she normally did?
You haven't seen his daughter, so...
Oh, okay.
The door is... her bedroom door is closed, so...
I can't remember her name offhand.
It's okay.
Yes, unfortunately, they were not able to retrieve any of the money, but I'm hoping that maybe this will help you, and I'll kind of go to shake his hand and put the money in.
Oh, the bag is too big for you to do that kind of maneuver. It's a pretty sizable bag.
Well, I'm hoping that maybe this will help you get the...
He takes it? I don't need any charities.
I'm hoping that this money will be able to help you get the necessary treatment that you need for her. But it is quite unfortunate.
Treatment? What do you know about treatment?
I've heard things about treatments, mostly things that affluent people have access to.
What are you talking about? No one I know needs treatments. What is this anyway? He opens up the bag and looks inside. Did you investigate the bag at all? The inner contents?
I mean, I didn't directly say that I would have, but
Okay.
But I'm assuming that if I would have been able to, I would have probably done it. But if not, since I didn't say it,
Okay, give me a perception then. And what languages do you speak?
That is a good question. I actually forgot to pick another one that I have.
Just what do you have right now?
Elven, Draconic, Gnomish, Infernal, Celestial, Dwarven, Terran, Aklo, and then I have a plus 11 to linguistics.
Okay.
And I have to add one more language. I just forgot about it last time. I needed to look at the tree and just slip my mind.
Okay. Well, as it stands right now, there is... Give me a linguistics check along with this perception.
All right.
Okay. Hold on a sec.
Actually, let me look at the tree because I could tell you which one I would have.
Yeah, if you could do that, because that will make a difference here.
Essentially, it's whatever the one is that I need. Why do I have so many? It might be. Where is the?
I can
there it is.
bring up the tree if you need to. Okay.
Aklo, I have Sylvan. I have Terran. It would have probably been Sylvan, actually.
Okay. So you will not be able to read the notes that are in here, but you will be able to find the notes that are in here. They're kind of like in a weird place in this bag. The bag has like these small pockets, and they're kind of woven in such a way to make it so they're very hard to detect. But if you turn the bag inside out, you can pull these little notes out. The notes are written in Halfling. And you notice he finds one of the notes and reads over it. And he stops for a moment and rolls up the note and kind of holds the bag tightly.
Perhaps I was misinformed. I apologize if I had made any assumptions about her preemptively.
What happened to Ego?
Ego, we found him, and
is he alive? Is he dead?
He, as far as last I saw, he's alive. Whether or not that's by choice is.
Well, then this money will at least help to some degree. It won't do what otherwise could have happened. What this note implies, but thank you for making sure this made it to me. This is the money that I lost. to the exact coin. Everything is good here. If you could report that to the authorities, that I have recovered the money that was mine, I would appreciate that.
Okay, I will make sure to report that.
And
exactly as you
Ego
said.
is in good health. Yes, he's alive.
Last I saw, he was. I do not know where he is currently. Unfortunately, him and Sterling. Is that Sterling?
I don't know of any Sterling. Ego, I know, but he's alive. Yes.
Last I saw him, he was, but he was taken away by the guard.
Yeah, he's going to be in jail.
I don't know definitively what their choice was with that, right?
Not yet, but most likely.
He's most likely going to be, but given his background, I don't know how well that'll go over.
Brianna, at this point, you will arrive.
All right. Just as a side note, I couldn't really find like how much a doll would cost, but that was kind of what I was thinking of bringing.
Okay,
over.
that's fine. It's minimal in price, so we can kind of hand wave that.
Okay. So then I would knock on the door.
One moment. Could you hold on?
Oh, certainly.
He walks over. He gets the door, and when you see him, Brianna, like he's kind of downtrodden in the face. But then when he sees you, like his face lights up. Oh, it's good to see you right now.
Oh yes, hi. I'm sorry to disturb you. I actually I had a doll that I wanted to give to your daughter.
Oh, I'm sure she'll love it. Please come in. Your friend Antaeus here was just helping me with the money that was returned to me.
Oh, I didn't. Hi, Antaeus.
Hello.
Yes, it was delivered to me earlier today.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you got your money back.
Yeah, it's very fortunate. This will put me well on my way to being able to make things better for the two of us.
Well, that's a relief.
And Tess was just telling me it looks like Ego is in jail, or is going to jail, and is healthy and doing well.
Yes. Unfortunately, he did try and take his own life, but we revived him twice, and we told the guards to, watch out that he was trying.
But he was a criminal. Why did you stop him? If somebody wants to die, why not let them die?
Because I don't think that, personally, I didn't want to be responsible for someone's death.
But if somebody themselves wants to die, why would you stop them? Why would you stop them?
I don't have an answer for that.
He turns and he walks over the table and kind of pushes it aside with his foot. Not really kicks it, but does give it a little bit more forceful push than he might otherwise. Just down and he puts things away.
I was wondering if I would notice the note.
Yeah, he does have like a crumpled up piece of paper in his hand, and especially during that, like he was squeezing the note almost into his palm as he walks over and drops the bag into the trap door and then shuts it and pulls the table back over it.
What's that in your hand?
It's a note from an old friend.
Oh.
It's nothing.
Can I see the writing on it? Any part
with a 26, you can probably make out a halfling word, but like not very clearly. But you'll recognize like the word is definitely looks like it's in halfling. It's like the way the vowels and consonants string together seem a little bit more halfling in nature.
Okay, so I would just say that note's written in halfling. I didn't know you had halfling friends.
I do. I have a lot of different friends. My friends come in all shapes and sizes. This is a lot. I need to... He, like, grabs hold of the table and pulls a chair towards him and takes a seat. And you guys saved him.
Yes.
He's gonna be okay.
To the best of our ability, yes. Brianna would try to maybe comfort him.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check here. He seems very, like, standoffish right now. Something is really agitating him, and he doesn't seem to, like, respond well to your comforting, strangely.
Is there anything that I can do to help?
I don't know. Sometimes it's, like, the gods are playing tricks on us. Life seems to be moving in a better direction, and then it's all taken away from you. And then it gives you a few steps back, and for a moment it gives you the glint of what could be a whole different life. And then it reminds you that life is never really gonna be as good as what some people deserve.
Unfortunately, a lot of times people don't get what they deserve for either good or bad.
I agree.
Well, yes, I'm sorry. This is all a lot to take in right now. I am glad that I at least am back in a good position where I can recover from all of this, but it's very overwhelming. Perhaps this is not the right day for us to talk. I have a lot of stuff going on at work, and with this note from my friend, maybe we can talk another time.
Brianna will nod and she'll say, if there's anything you can think of that I can do to help, she'll tell him what inn that she's staying at, and she'll just sort of set the doll on the table, and she's like, I'm sorry if we upset you.
You should give it to... You should go present the doll yourself. That's fine. I need to sit for a moment. Just knock softly at the door, and I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. And Teus, thank you for your help. I look forward to seeing you again soon. If you wouldn't mind, please show yourself up.
Certainly. I'll do so.
Okay.
And Brianna will go over to the door and knock softly and say, it's Brianna. I have something for you.
You can hear footsteps race across the room, and the door opens, and there Irwin stands.
Hi there.
Hi. You... Is that for me?
That's for you. And she'll hand over the doll.
She takes it and she hugs it really tight. And what should your name be? Okay, that's a good name.
What is her name?
Her name is... One second. Her name is Fidelma.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
It is. She says she can fly.
She can fly?
Yeah. And she kind of flies the doll around in the air in her hands. You didn't take any of the psychic feats, right? None of this. You didn't take sensitive at all?
No, not
okay,
at all.
Cool. No reason I'm asking for a friend.
I have a hunch, but My character doesn't, so.
Ooh. Steve, is that front to me?
Huh?
Is that front to me that you're asking for?
Do you have a sensitive feat?
No, but I actually do. Mind chemist, I think it is, gives me some some similar stuff to that.
No, you would need to have the
But-
sensitive feat here,
I know. But
very specifically.
We need to. Basically, Elizabeth and I need to go visit Nico. Anyway.
Yeah, so I can lose more sanity damage.
So anyway, she will look at Erwin and say, "That's really nice. She can fly. That's pretty. I don't know what I would say. Cool, but
Cool's fine.
radical.
yeah, I don't know. Whatever the kids are saying.
Cool is
say.
fine.
So,
She's like flying it around and like making it do loop-de-loops, and
and how have you been?
I've been good. School has been hard.
Oh, how come?
Well, a lot of the goblins, they pick on me.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and sometimes they make fun of my dad for what he does. You know, but he tries. He works really hard. It's mean.
it is mean. They couldn't probably do half the things your dad does.
No, they couldn't. They're just little kids. That's what Daddy tells me. Daddy says they're all little kids.
Oh man.
Did you have a thought on this?
Oh no, I'm not there anymore. But
Okay.
no, like I was just thinking that I was like, man, I don't think I took my level 3 feat.
Oh gosh. Okay. So she'll say, "Well, you know, I'm sorry they're giving you a hard time. That's not fair. It's not nice of them."
I know. I'll be okay. They just sometimes they see me talking to my toys, and I think they think, you know, something's wrong with me, but you know, I like talking to them. They're my friends.
Well, that's okay to have friends, you know. I used to have an imaginary friend when I was little.
No,
And-
these aren't imaginary.
Well, they're not.
No, they're my friends.
Oh.
We talk and we share stuff and we do all sorts of stuff together.
Well, you know, it's good that you have friends.
I'm happy I have my friends. Otherwise, I'd be very lonely. I mean, it's nice to have Daddy, but a lot of the kids at school just don't want to talk to me. But at least I have my friends.
It's nice to have someone to talk to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you have one more friend. And she sort of points at the doll.
She hugs it again. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay, I hope so.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And Brianna will sort of wave bye. She's a little bit not sure how to react to Nico right now.
Nico will actually get up and come over to you as you start heading towards the door. Listen, things have been really rough, and I've been very worried, and getting this money back is a big step. It's huge, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Look, there's a lot that I need to process, and maybe if I don't know if you're free tonight, but maybe you could stay here and just keep Erwin company. Well, I just work on these things. I can make dinner and take care of that. I know I'm gonna be a bit distracted, and I don't feel like Erwin deserves that.
Sure. I would be happy to.
Thank you.
So, at that, Brianna will say, "Hey, Erwin, your dad says I can stay for dinner."
Yay! You can give me another diplomacy check over dinner. Ooh. Yeah, you won't get any new information from that.
Let me check one thing.
Okay.
Okay, no, never mind. I was trying to make sure I was trying to make sure what it counted as, but
No
it
problem.
did not count as diplomacy. So, okay.
Yep. You can give me a sense motive as all this is going on, though.
Okay. So that actually is done through my singing.
Mhm.
So I would say that maybe, Brianna sings a song to them, maybe.
Yeah, I would assume at some point during the night you'd probably be asked by Erwin to sing. Yeah, you're still with that. You're still not really sure. Like something's bothering him a lot, and for somebody who just got a lot of money, it doesn't make sense. A lot of his money back. It doesn't really make sense that somebody would be this deeply saddened by something. But there's whatever it is has to relate to that note.
Okay. Well, I don't really feel like Brianna is the kind of person that would go snooping if he didn't specifically let her see that note.
Okay. And Brianna is not the type to try to put herself in a situation where she might be able to take advantage of somebody in a weakened state.
I think that Brianna, as far as that goes, she would be very concerned about him and his emotional state. She wouldn't want to take advantage of him or anything like that.
Very good. Yeah, so then that evening will wrap up. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to finish up that evening?
Nope.
Okay. So let's take another really quick break.
Okay.
And we'll see where we go from there.
All right.